Inland Sports.
Now join us here on the Inland Sports Show as we get set for CIF Southern Section Championship Weekend. It's a big one on Saturday at Toyota Arena in Ontario. You can check out your Aquinas Falcons playing for the 3A Championship. The Falcons will take on San Dimas. We got Coach Daryl Pegram, two of his star players as well. And Coach, let me start with you right in the middle. Man, Coach, from when you took over the program to where you guys are at right now going into the finals this Saturday, how much has this team grown and progressed over the course of the year, Coach?
Tremendously. You hear coaches talk about all the time. You want to peak at the right time, and you want to gradually get better over the season. And that's exactly what this team have done. And I cannot be more proud of these two seniors right here next to me because they have been the leaders and the catalysts to help this team grow and get better.
All right, Coach, if you were going to try and describe this team, I find it kind of hard because you got height, but you've got great guard play, and you can get down and dirty and have a low-scoring game, or you can put a lot of points on the board and, play up-tempo. How would you kind of describe the way you guys play this season?
Balanced, and more so, we got a saying here. We don't have a playing style. You know what I'm saying? We have a lifestyle. And our lifestyle is, you got to be adaptable. You got to be smart, and you got to be able to think on the fly. And that's one thing that we've been able to do. It's not a play style, it's a lifestyle. And the way that we work and we grind and we prepare for different styles of teams, it carries over to our performance on the court.
All right, Coach, before I get to your guys, Malachi Jones and LJ Hall, having those guys on the floor and their experience and being seniors, how does it make your job easier as the head coach?
Well, the first thing about these two young men, they're just high-quality people. They're high-quality young men, right? And so when you're able to coach high-quality young men, teaching X's and O's is the easy thing, but they're such great young men and great people that it rubs off on their teammates. And I have a great group of kids. We don't have disciplinary issues. We don't have anything like that. All our guys are focused and locked in, and it starts with our seniors.
All right, Coach, let me get to your guys right now. Malachi Jones, screen left to Coach's right. Malachi, the quarterback from the football team, but, also running things out there on the hardwood as well. Malachi, you guys are, preparing for the championship game, this Saturday. At this point in the season, is the approach, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Like, hey, we're playing good basketball right now. Let's not, be our own worst enemy and do something dumb. Let's keep doing what we're doing. How do you approach going into the championship this week?
I think it's just trusting in each other, believing in coach and trusting the game plan. But at the end of the day, we know defense is our best right now. These last couple of games, we've really been holding teams down. So going in every week, just taking that defensive approach, taking a pride in defense. Every week, just kind of how we approach it.
Man, Malachi, I'm so glad you just said that because I did see some of that game against Mark Keppel in the semifinals. The first quarter, maybe the first two, it was somewhat close. But when I saw that final score, man, you guys held them to under 40 points. I don't know if you guys have defensively, if you have a certain number in your head going into a game, like if you feel like, hey, if we keep that opponent at 40 or 45, or whatever that number is, do you feel like defensively you guys can control the game and get that win?
Yes, sir. I think for us, just kind of early in the week, be preparing for that. The second half, we're really a second half team. We really pick it up defensively. Kind of as teams get tired, we're still energized, we're still juiced. So we kind of take that out on the defensive end.
All right, Coach, before I get to LJ, when I was bringing up defensively, just locking it down, if there was a certain number in your head, obviously, if you're going to play the floor, if you're going to get on the floor at the Aquinas, you're going to have to get it done on both ends of the floor, it sounds like. You're going to have to play defense as well. How much pride do you guys put in defensively?
It's everything. Defense and rebounding. We took Kawhi Leonard's phrase from when he won the championship with the Toronto Raptors. Board man gets paid. And we've taken that approach. Everything comes down to defense, and it comes down to rebounding. And if you can defend, if you can rebound, everything else will take care of itself. And so my boys know. You come here, every day in practice, just get after it. But be smart, be intelligent about it as well, too. We don't believe in gambling. We don't believe in getting out of position. It's just solid, focused, fundamental defense, and everything else takes care of itself.
All right, so let me go to LJ. And LJ, would you say that game in the semifinals against Mark Keppel, was that maybe the most complete game you guys have played this year, just offensively and defensively? Or do you feel like you guys have had a better game at some point during the season?
I feel like at this point, that was probably one of our best complete total team wins that we've had for sure. feel like everybody from all cylinders was rebounding. Everybody was getting assists. Everybody was like, I think that was probably our highest assist game. That was also probably our lowest turnovers. We had a lot of steals, a lot of just defensive stops. And as you said, we kept them under 40. So I don't see how you could say anything else. And of course, that's the right time too. We're in the semifinals, we're going to the championship next game. Feel like that was just kind of the perfect time. Had them basically cornered, had them exactly what we wanted to do, came out in the second half, and we did what we do.
All right, so LJ, that's a perfect segue into my next question is, the way you guys are playing right now going into the championship game on Saturday, do you guys, not to sound like overconfident, but do you guys feel like you have some momentum right now, some confidence going into that championship game, considering how well you've played this team in the playoffs? You guys have played great in the playoffs.
I mean, I feel like it all just comes from the work at the end of the day. I mean, I feel like our work from when it was the last game of league versus now is the exact same. I feel like we've always been locked in. We've always been pushing, always been defensively locked in. It's just coming at the right time. It's all coming together. It's all coming as we went from the first round, second round, third round. It's just, I just feel like it's all falling in place. But I don't feel like our how we were locked in and how we prepare for games, it's always been top tier from Monday all the way to Friday, all the way to Wednesday, whatever the case is. We've always been locked in from the beginning.
And LJ, you mentioned that last, league game, the last game of the regular season against Arrowhead Christian. For you guys, I guess you could say the playoffs even started with that game, right? You guys had to win that one just to get into the postseason.
Yes, sir.
Do you feel like, for you guys, at least going into that ACA game up into this point, you guys are just really locked in and the mindset's good that, hey, the time is now. If we're going to make a championship run, we got to put it all together right now.
Yes, sir. I feel like it can't just start with one game. We can't just go into a game and think, oh, that's going to win us the whole championship. Like, it starts from even when we first beginning of the season, where it's just coach talked about from the beginning, where it's mentality. It has to be the mentality. We were in the weight room one day and I was talking about how everything we need to do is be aggressive. And I feel like as time went on, no matter what, no matter who was coming in, no matter who was playing, as we had the sit outs and stuff like that, everybody knew who was coming in. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to play a certain way. We're going to be a defensive team at the end of the day, because defense is what wins championships. So.
You're exactly right, LJ. Let me go back to Coach in the middle. And Coach, you were nodding when you were talking about that last game against the Eagles in league play. Do you feel like this team, your team, has kind of had a different focus, maybe a different mindset, just being locked in, knowing what was at stake, especially just to get into the playoffs? And now here you guys are, one win away from a CIF championship.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm going to have to go with LJ too, though. We've been locked in the same way all year. We've played a brutal schedule. We've played a lot of Division II and Division I teams, and we got our butts kicked a few times, right? But we played against top tier competition all year, and people have looked at our schedule and have written us off, but they're now realizing we were playing Damien, we played Cream Lutheran, we played Rancho Verde, we played Lusinger, Mayfair, we played a lot of top schools. And then also, I want to shout out the Ambassador League too. The Ambassador League definitely got us ready for playoffs, because there are top-tier teams and coaches in the Ambassador League, and every game in the Ambassador League was like a playoff game. I mean, big shout out to Ontario Christian, Arrowhead Christian, Woodcrest Christian, Winfield Christian, that Winfield team, and that OC team, that ACA team. Those are very, very tough games, and those very tough coaches and well-coached kids. And that prepared us for sure. It's a great league. It's a league that's overlooked. And we're proud to be in the Ambassador League, because it's a top-notch basketball league.
It really is, Coach. That the Ambassador League really is tough for boys basketball. All right, guys, last question, and this is for all of you, and I'll start with Malachi and just go left to right. On Saturday, I think it's 11:15. I think it's like a weird tip-off time. I think it's 11:15 a.m. As you guys will take on San Dimas for the 3A championship. Malachi, what do you guys have to do well to give yourself a chance to win on Saturday? This will be the same question for all you guys. I'll start with Malachi on the end. What do you guys have to do on Saturday to bring home that championship?
Like Coach said, man, we took Kawhi Leonard saying, board-man gets paid. It's going to come to defense or rebounding. We play good defense. We rebound the ball, push in transition. Just stay comfortable, stay patient on offense. Let the game come to us. I think that's the best keys to success.
How about you, Coach?
We got a phrase here. We live by the 3 Ps: prayer, preparation, and performance. We say our prayers, we set goals for ourselves, and we got to prepare. We have to prepare better than the other team this week. And if we do that, if we prepare better, we study better, we work hard on the court, and now we know we just got to go out there and perform. So it all starts with the 3 Ps for us: prayer, preparation, and performance.
All right, LJ, bring it home.
Man, I feel like it's exactly what them two are just saying. It's defense, obviously. We got to go out there and we got to show whatever the case is, the only way we're going to win is if we stop the other team from scoring. And I feel like some things are interchangeable. Sometimes teams are going to score, sometimes this, sometimes that. But at the end of the day, defense is going to win you a game. If the other team scores more points than you, you're not going to win. So I just feel like with that, and of course, prayer, preparation, performance, getting through that, if we're more prepared than the other team, if we know what they're going to do and we have a better game plan than them, of course, defensive-wise and offensive-wise, everything's going to fall into place. Yeah,
it might come down to just a defensive stop or two, right? And that might be it, especially in a championship game. That might be it.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Well, guys, listen, man, great season so far. Best of luck on Saturday as you guys play for the championship. That is LJ Hall, Coach Pegram in the middle, and Malachi Jones there on the end. The Aquinas boys basketball team here on the Inland Sports Show. Good luck, guys.
Thanks a lot, Pat. Thank you, brother.
Inland Sports.